Hey, if you're like me, traveling on a culinary expedition through time and space, you probably have noticed that you're running out of that last part, space, and in particular, where to store your accumulating spices. Well, if you have a pantry door, I have a solution. A behind-the-door hanging pantry organizer. This little baby can hold 300 average spice bottles. So, if you're interested, what follows is my unboxing and installation of this particular model, located in the description below. To get started, we're going to take a trip back in time to what my pantry looked like before this all started. So let's get cooking, or let's get building. We're gonna do a Kenji Lopez thing here. Take this on the road. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, this is my pantry in the kitchen, and it's pretty good size. The light will go on when I walk in here. But you can see I try to organize it by putting, cereals together and pastas. And up here I have my baking stuff. And, so I try to group it, cans. But over here is my my spices. And it started out being just this one section right here. But as I expanded and tried new things, it just kept growing, And I would get gifts like this one's for my sister. I built this little thing behind it to lift some of them up, and then I started grouping them, the spices that I would use for baking or herbs or maybe Asian or Mexican kind of spices like that. And then over here I started getting more things, like buying in bulk coriander and sumac and dried mushrooms. Then I started buying things like this size because it just didn't make any sense to buy something that was this size for $5 when I could buy this for $5, right? So now I got a bunch of these, and they're in this corner over here, and I can't even see them. Oh, I put this blackboard in, and as you can see, I got like a Beautiful Mind kind of thing going on here, trying to figure out how many calories to give Walter so he doesn't get too large and in charge. This right here is where I'm going to put the behind the door rack. And I put this in a few years ago, and I love it because I can write down notes and things. But if I could get all my spices behind this door, that would free up all that space back there, and I could use that to better sort my stuff. So I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to work. I really do. Okay, well, let's do a little unboxing here. This is what was delivered to me, and it looks like it was put back in the box and retaped, and it was all torn up. Got it from Amazon. Looks like it's been bounced around in an airplane overseas for maybe it has been. Anyway, I'm going to open it up and we're going to take a look. We shall see. Let's take out what we got here. These look like they're the baskets. Each one is individually wrapped like slices of American cheese or something. I guess that's good. They won't get scratched up. These baskets say D, which I guess is one size, and these say C, I guess is another size. So anyway, I got D and C here, and I'm going to go hop in the pantry and get a couple of my big spices, and we'll see if this works. So I'm assuming this is going to go back like that. Oh yeah, I don't see an issue. These will definitely fit in there where they can face out quite easily. The interior is 4.5 inches, which is really good. 4.5 inches. All right, I think we're a go for putting it together. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm really excited. Let's do this thing. Step 1, putting the rails together. The first thing to do is to put together the rails that are going to hold the baskets. There are 4 rail pieces, so you can have 2 smaller shelf units if you want, or 1 large one like I'm doing. If you're going for the large unit, there's a joiner bracket that fits inside the 2 rails, and 2 screws with self-locking nuts. The screws don't just slip through the holes, they actually screw into them, which is nice because it makes a stronger joint. You need a Phillips head screwdriver for this, and the instructions don't call for something to hold the nut, but if you have a nut driver, it helps to get the screw and nut really tight. Next, each rail has a hook that you can install on the rack to hold it over the door. The hook connects to the rail the same way as the joining bracket, with a screw and nut. Step 2. Mounting the rails to the door. I hung the 2 rails and then attached a couple of baskets to get the proper width for the 2 rails. Now you can just hang the shelves, but I didn't care for the way that it was bouncing around, so I decided to screw it directly into the door with 1-inch wood screws and 1/4-inch washers. Then, using a level to plumb the first rail, I began to screw it into the door, but quickly realized that I was going to have to remove the hook if I was going to get it tight. This was okay because the hooks had allowed me to hang the rail and make a pilot hole for that first top screw. After I got the top screw in, I used a level and secured the rail at the bottom. Keep in mind, if you decide to screw it to the door, wherever you put the screw and washer, you won't be able to attach a basket. After the first rail was done, I put a couple baskets back on to get the width again, and then just repeated what I did for the second rail. Step 3. The finishing touches. Now the fun part. Just putting the baskets where I wanted them and then moving all my spices onto the baskets. Here are some specs you might find useful. There are 8 shelves or baskets total. All of the baskets are 16.5 inches wide on the inside and 4.5 to 5 inches deep, depending on your door. 4 of the baskets are 2 inches high and 4 of the baskets are 3 inches high. Plus, there are 2 brackets for holding bigger stuff like bags or boxes. The entire length of the shelf system is 71 inches long, 17 inches wide, and 5 inches deep. Keep in mind, this can be split into 2 units.
And we're back. Wasn't it an exciting trip through space and time? Well, let's check out the new space. Yeah, let's take a look at this. And you'll notice that I put some tags in here, or labels. Yeah, they just clip on. I'll leave a link to those if you're interested. The reason I did that is because even though this is great for organizing and stuff, you know, some of these smaller bottles, you're going to go 3 back, and you're not going to be able to see what's really behind here. So I thought it would be good to categorize the different spices so I knew where to look if I'm looking for something in particular. Let's see how it transformed the interior of the pantry. So as you can see, I went a little nuts with the labels again. Don't really need labels in here. But this is where the spices used to be. And what I did was I put rice and pasta on this shelf. And the rice and pasta used to be crammed in this section over here. And that allowed me to spread out the condiments and vinegars and oils that I had. And now I can really see what I have and what I don't have. And of course over here I have what used to be the blackboard. Let me zoom out here. And there's still a blackboard underneath there. But I bought this. I think 3M makes it. It's a whiteboard, but it's sticks to the wall. This is 2x4, I believe. Yeah, 2 foot by 4 foot. And it's got a sticky back that you can stick on the wall. But I didn't do that because the reviews said that if you want to move it, it would tear the drywall off. So I taped on the edges just to be safe. And what this allows me to do is I can still do my beautiful mind calculations for Walter's calories. I can make recipes on here if I want to. I can do menus. Mostly I just jot down stuff before I forget it, of stuff that I need, you know. And I got this shelf here at Goodwill. I'm able to put my markers on it and stuff. So I really like the transformation. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. And if you're thinking about putting one of these in, I hope you found it helpful and informative. This particular one, I think, has a lot of bang for the buck, but there are other kinds out there. So it's just a matter of your own needs. Like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.